Okay. We on the segment 3 of Numbers Don't Lie, People Do. Now we're going to cover an area that gets neglected a lot. Special teams, which we know that's very, very important.
That's very important.
And it's some super special team player.
Let me tell you, special teams can win a game.
That's the most exciting player out there. If you have a phenomenal special team player like some of these kids on this list, man, they make the game very, very exciting.
They do.
So we're gonna go ahead.
Not everybody is on this list because not everybody's stats are in.
Oh well,
some people play fewer games.
Right.
There's been all kind of contingency. Right. We know we're missing some dogs. We know we're missing some dogs. Right. But we're gonna work all the time, constantly and vigorously to find them all out.
Right. So our first category is kickoff returns. Go ahead, handle that.
All right, kickoff returns, and these stats are derived from Max Preps. Kickoff return, number 1 is Calvion Hunter out of Fulshire with 33.46 yards per attempt, and his longest attempt was 92 yards. Then we have Mason DeSetti from Ridgepoint. He's 28.2 yards per attempt, averaging. Then we have, and his long is not in there. They didn't record it. So Mason's parents, please get on that. Then we have Gabriel Marker from Fort Bend Clements, 25.78 yards per attempt. Long is 82 yards. Number 4, we have Luke Reeves out of Stratford. His yard per attempt is 24.33, and his long is 42. And number 5 is Jermaine Bishop out of Willis.
Super fresh. Freshman.
Freshman.
Phenom.
23.67 yards per return, and his longest return was 39 yards. Then we have Griffin Tillis out of Klein. His average yard per return is 21.67, and his longest return was 94 yards. Then we got number 7, Kenneth Robinson out of Fort Bend Clements. He's got 20.9 yards per attempt with a long of 40 yards. At number 8, we have Divine Afuki at 19.44 yards per attempt, and his long is 42. He's from West Side. I apologize. Then we have Jaden McCoy out of Fort Bend Travis, 18.53 yards per return, averaging, and his long is 35 yards. Then we have Adrian Gray out of Fort Bend Kempner at 18.46 yards with a long of 50. So we have some new athletes represented and some new schools out here as well.
All right. So the next category is going to be the punt returns. All right. So we got number 1, Jalen Middleton out of Waltrip. Man, this kid is averaging 44.38 yards per punt return. Unbelievable. I mean, that number is just off the roof. You're going to see the separation.
Yeah, every punt, he's almost taking it back.
Yeah, that's amazing. Dejon, number 2, Dejon Daydays out of Spring Westfield. This kid been all over the numbers, man. 28.29 yards per punt return.
But I'm going to stop you right there. He wasn't in the numbers.
What you mean he wasn't?
I mean, he wasn't in the stats like a couple of weeks ago. I didn't see it.
Oh, no. They probably updated that information.
They fixed it.
Yeah, they probably fixed it. He was probably there, but I'm sure the numbers much better than they were before.
Oh, there we go.
Right. Number 3, Caleb Davis out of Hightower, averaging 21 yards per punt return. Number 4, Reg Daly out of King, averaging 20.14 yards per punt return. Number 5, Nick Thomas out of Ridgepoint, 19.5 yards per return. Number 6, Kevin Misha out of Heights, averaging 16.83 yards. Number 7, Sorry Depressed out of Side Woods, 15.25 yards. Number 8, Tyler Tillman out of Sterling, 15.14 yards. Number 9, Santana Scott out of Martin Ranch with 12.71 yards. And number 10, Jordan Reeves out of Lamar, averaging 10.25 yards per punt return.
Well, this next category is going to be really exciting because this is field goals.
Okay.
And you know a lot of games are won or lost on field goals.
Right.
Right? And our number 1 guy is Carlos Alvarado out of Tomball. He's made 7 with a long of 49.
Okay.
Number 2 is Walter Kilgore out of Clear Lake. He's made 7 with his long of 27. Then number 3 we have Jackson Stagg. He's made 6 with his long of 42. Then we have Santiago Taborda. He's made 6, his long is 47. He's had the longest of the attempts out of the top 10. And he's out of Cinco Ranch. Jackson Stagg is out of Pearland. So Max Noack is out of Cypress Woods. He's also made 6. His long was 45. Then we have Ali Sebek out of Katy Taylor. He's made 5. His long was 34. Then we have Matthew Estes. He's made 4. His long was 40. Then we have Alex Abbott out of Lake Creek. He's made 4, and his long was 7.
No way. You don't remember?
No, he's made 4. His long was 47.
47. Because I remember that field goal. That kid had another 10 yards.
So
He don't get a lot of field goals because they get extra points a lot, you know, and they don't never kick for the field goal. But that kid can kick, I promise you, that kid can kick a 55-yarder like it's nothing. Like it's nothing.
that's Alex Abbott.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, that's
Yes, sir.
foot.
That's why when you said 7, I knew.
Well, you know what? I don't know if that was me or Max Press, but I must not have been thinking.
Right.
Because I know it wasn't 7.
We know better than that.
Oh yes,
Yes, sir.
that's Thunderfoot.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's number 8, Alex Abbott out of Lake Creek, made 4, his long was 47. Number 9 is Angel Roberto out of Morton Ranch. He's made 4, his long was 26.
Okay.
Number 10 is Giancarlo Shalala. Now please forgive me if I said your name wrong, I did my best, but he's out of Stratford, and he's made 4, his long was 40.
Okay. So the next category we're gonna cover is the extra point. Go ahead, Corey. It's on you.
I can do that. Again, starting off, we have Hunter Adruski out of Katy. He's made 43 extra points. His rating is 95 percentile. Then we have number 2, Alex Abbott out of Lake Creek. He's made 42. He's 100%. If he kicks it, he's going to make it. Number 3 is Alexander Burns out of Willis. He's made 42, and he's at 95%. Number 4 is Santiago Taborda. He's made 41. He's out of Cinco Ranch. He's 97%. Number 5 is Jonathan Dimas out of Westfield. He's made 38. He's at 95%. Number 6 is Elwood Gonzalez out of Waltrip. He's made 35. He's at 92%. Number 7 is Caden Perry from St. John's. He's made 34. He's at 97%. Number 8, we have Giancarlo Chalala again out of Stratford. He's made 33, and he's our other 100%er. Then number 9, we have Eric Peters out of Lamar. He's made 32 extra points. He's a 94%er. Then we have Israel Oregon from New Caney. He's made 30, and he's our last 100%er in the top 10 extra points.
And now, partner, I messed up because when we did the kick returns and punt returns, we have a total return yards. Because a lot of these kids do both.
Okay.
Okay, so let me go ahead. I don't want to neglect kids putting up great stats like number 1.
All right.
This kid all over the board. Recruiters need to be on top of this kid. This kid is one of the best phenomenal players in the area. He's so excited. What we say? Numbers don't lie, people do. He's a little small. He'll put on some size, but he's phenomenal. Dejon Day Palomo out of Westfield, Spring Westfield. 432 yards total. He's number 1. Number 2, Jaden McCoy out of Travis. He has 427 combined kick returns and punt return yards. Number 3, Cavion Hunter out of Fulshire with 368 yards. Number 4, Jalen Middleton out of Waltrip, 355 yards. Number 5, Kyler Singletary out of Sidewoods with 304 yards. Then we have Luke Reeves out of Stratford with 304 yards. Number 7, Ryan Rasco out of Side Park with 285 yards. Number 8, Blaine Buller out of Klein Kane with 275 yards. Number 9, DeBron Hampton coming out of Willis, 272 yards. And then finishing it off is Micah Koenig out of Katy with 264 yards. And that pretty much closes out all our stats for the offensive side. And as we said, the defensive side, hopefully the coaches will put in the numbers so we won't overlook some of the best defensive players in our area, because we have some phenomenal players that will be recruited real highly. So I guess in the next couple weeks, we're going to make sure we cover defense, and hopefully the coaches get it in. And as we say,
comment back at us. Let us know your thoughts. If we missed anybody, put them in the comments. Reach out to us, send us your highlights. Give us your suggestions and your advice.
Right.
And
as we always close out, I love saying this. The stats show it, people. Numbers don't lie. People do. Peace.